First, though, let's turn to the markets, the rally to begin the final stretch of the year. Josh Brown, turn to you. I mentioned the Dow, best month since '87. S&P, best month since April. The Russell, best month ever. Semis, best month since October of '03. Energy, best month since April. Industrials, best month since '09. There's a lot of momentum coming into December.
Yeah, look, I think a lot of people are saying this, and I actually agree with it, and I hate to go along with conventional wisdom, but right now it seems as though the biggest risk is that everyone's already bullish and there aren't that many people left to buy. If you go on like financial social media, you find all the bears, but like in real life, people are in. So regardless of what they might be saying publicly. So I think like right now, that's probably the big risk, is that things are a little bit too good. You've got this great setup into next year with earnings growing, the vaccine being distributed. In London, they'll be giving it out as soon as Monday. I don't think we'll be that far behind. I think that'll be a change in mindset, looking at the travel stocks just going bonkers. And then I'm seeing leadership from places, Scott, where you haven't seen in a long time. Some select financials have charts that look like they're cloud computing stocks. Look at Bank of America, Capital One, and Discover Financial, BAC, COF, DFS. These stocks look amazing. Airlines and cruises look like they want to run. Take a look at Wynn in that group. Looks the best technically. And then Ford and GM are industrial leadership stocks right alongside Uber. Like if you looked at the three of them and you didn't know what they did, you would just say, wow, these all look like tech stocks. So it's been a really long time since you've seen that. And I don't know why, like, you would want to fight against it. Like, why not just let it happen and be a part of it?
Yes.
So I think that's what the mentality should be for investors right now.
All good points. Steph, I could have mentioned the financials as well on my list. I just got tired of going down the list of all of the sectors that have had the best month since '03, '08, whenever. Financials have their best month since April '09. Now, to Josh's point, okay, Ed Yardeni today wonders, are there too many bulls? He's bullish. But so's everyone else, he says. And to that point, Tom Lee is out today saying that history suggests a 100% probability of December gains. Since 1945, Tom Lee says, December is up 100% of the time when the S&P is up 10 to 15% year to date. And that's where we are now. Unless a bear market starts next month, he says, December looks like it will be a very strong finish to 2020. That's where we are, Steph.
Yeah, so the sell side, I think, is very bulled up. I'm not sure about the buy side, number one. And number two, there's $4 trillion of cash in money markets. And so the consumer actually has some money to spend. And so to Josh's point, we did make vaccine progress, and that's going from an investment point of view. That is going to lead to better earnings growth. That is going to lead to better GDP growth. And we are starting to price that in. But guess what? We're already starting to see really good economic data, and we have been for the last couple of months. Single-family homes sold but not started is up 92% year over year. Even though the ISM here disappointed because relative to expectation, it's still very, very high. New orders are actually very, very high, which is very positive. It's a leading indicator. And there's probably more coming. If you look at, Yellen and Powell, the combination, whether it's a combination or not, we got Yellen. And so we know there's more coming, and that's very encouraging, too. So I don't know why you want to fight this. I'm not fighting it. I think maybe you want to tweak your portfolio a little bit. I'm a little nervous that everyone's talking about cyclicals when they weren't back in April, May, and June when I was. But I still think that the operating leverage on the cyclical side, if you see better growth and better margins, will be very powerful for those stocks and those sectors.
Sometimes, Steph, it just takes other people to see the same light that you did back in June and July. That's just the way it is sometimes.
Well, you got to stay humble.
Yeah. Dr. J, you can have both of these things living together. I mean, yeah, everybody can be bullish. Okay, irrational exuberance lasted for 4 years since Alan Greenspan said it. Tom Lee says history's on everybody's side. If you're bullish this market, stocks are going up because of the gains we've witnessed already year to date. And as Steph just said, it's hard to fight the landscape.
Yeah, it is hard to fight the landscape, Scott, and I'm not recommending fighting the landscape. I'm also always recommending to any of the folks that follow Pete's work and my work that we're always taking positions down. In other words, we're trimming as you have these monstrous gains. Obviously, the outperformance of small caps in November was astonishing. You know, a near 19.5% return just in that month, and many stocks far better than that. Like, you know, again, take a look at Tesla. Not exactly a small cap stock, Scott, but there are plenty of examples of stocks that just exploded to the upside. I think it's a good idea to be trimming. You have to have the same discipline on taking profits that you do on cutting losses. On the other hand, looking out into as Josh said, as early as next week when vaccines start being delivered in the UK and perhaps the rest of Europe, California, which we know is exploding with COVID cases, is nonetheless, Governor Newsom said 320,000 doses of the Pfizer vaccine are on their way to California right now for the emergency use.